Botox is one of the most important things that you can do if you want to keep looking young and keep your youthful vibrance for a long time. So the average age is creeping down. It was 30 and it was 29 and 28. I don't even know what it's crept down to now. But really the important things are do you have fair skin? If you have fair skin, those patients ought to start on the earlier side of that curve. And what Botox is doing is weakening the muscles, and it's preventative. So in my sweet dear patients who are in their 60s and 70s who want to start Botox now, yeah, we can do it, but it's not a magic medicine that's going to make your forehead nice and smooth. So the earlier that you can start doing it, the better that you'll ultimately look, and you're not going to need a rejuvenation procedure like laser resurfacing or other more expensive procedures that have downtime and recovery. So I definitely would look into that. It's also good for your skin. There's some micro healing that goes on, and so there's a lot to it. As far as advice goes, find an injector who you trust, who will approach things with the heart of a teacher and not just try to sell you units or areas. And so this is really, really important. Typically, there's different people will have different strategies. I don't purely treat the forehead because if you don't address the glabella, there's 5 muscles here which are going to depress the eyebrows. If you don't touch those, then the tug of war that's being played with your eyebrows is their eyebrows are going to come down a little bit. So you can't, in my opinion, just treat this frontalis muscle, which is responsible for those horizontal lines, because that's the only muscle that raises our eyebrows. And so you want to be really special. And as far as cost, I would, depending on what you're starting out with, I don't know, I would say $300 to $600 would probably be somewhat reasonable. But wait until you can afford who you want to go to. It's a big mistake to try to just sneak into the bottom tier, in my opinion. And so just like if you're rock climbing, you're not going to get the cheapest gear that's plastic. You're going to get good gear because this is important and it matters. And so your face matters. And while Botox is temporary, so even if you had a bad outcome, that's only temporary. That could be a long 3 or 4 months.